and welcome to episode 3. So this week's episode will be slightly shorter than last week's, but it's a very important topic. It's about how we created our guest list for the wedding and how we made our save the dates. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode. I loved showing you around our venue and church. It's very exciting. And if you remember last week's episode, I said how Matt had pre-booked a church for us, which had a lot of sentimental value to me particularly. And it was just slightly smaller, so we had to make a decision on going with a bigger church that had no meaning but we could invite lots of people, or a smaller church but we'd have to be a bit pickier with the guest list. So we felt it was more important to go with the church that had meaning, so that's what we did. So first things first is I went home to my mum, he went home to his parents, and we created a guest list of all our family and friends, and we both have huge families, so it was a big list. And then once we'd got all of those together, we got together and we put the list as one long list, worked out what number we were at there. Then we added our friends. Now luckily most of our friends we're all part of the same group, so it's only one large group to invite rather than lots of people here, there and everywhere. But we do obviously have friends, say work colleagues, people we used to work with that we would love to invite as well. So we added our close friends and then we added our sort of slightly further out friends, I guess. Our list was over the number that we could have, so we did have to cut it back, which was very hard. But the best thing that we could have done is put every single person that we could think of on the list. So we knew we weren't missing anyone. And we also sat down 3 or 4 times and went over the list to make sure we hadn't, because I think on the first time we had missed off a couple of people. So we made sure we added them in. And then we had to be a bit ruthless and just look at people and think, will they really mind if they don't come? Because I would love to have everyone there. I just think the more the merrier. But being realistic, you have to draw a line somewhere. So we had to say about 3 or 4 attempts where we sat down, and each time we took off just 1 or 2 people until we got down to the number that we're allowed. So it was really hard, but my advice to you would be, like I say, put every single person you can possibly think of on this list, both you and your other half. And it may be a long list, it may be a short list. If it's a short list, then hey, you're done. But if it's not, and you do have to cut people out, it is hard, but just put them down anyway, even if you're not sure. Write them on there and then come back to it a couple of days later and you'll feel differently. You'll know, I think. You kind of have a gut instinct when you look at it when it's settled in a bit, and then you'll know whether to invite them or whether to invite them to the evening, or maybe they just don't get an invite because it's just not, you can't work it out. So once we came up with our guest list, it was time to do our save the dates, which equally exciting. I actually started looking at those in Switzerland. We were waiting for our flight, it was slightly delayed, and I went online and just searched some ideas because I wanted to do something a little bit different, not anything hugely dramatic, but just something that people would remember. So I saw this timeline which I thought was beautiful, so I'll show it to you now. So this is the save the date that we came up with in the end. And I'll just come closer just to show you. So basically we have our titles here. It starts from when we met right up to our save the dates there. And then pick our photo, and obviously with the title. Now the one that I saw, I'll just show you there. So the one that I saw was black. So where we have red, that was all in black. And then the writing was slightly different. They had a couple of different titles in there that we just didn't feel suited us. But we used a website called Mintus, which just, they were really efficient, it was quite simple to use, and any bits we were stuck on, once we finished, there was a message box to write in what you wanted to change that you weren't able to change yourselves. So also, like, we didn't want the black, but we couldn't change it, but they said that if there was a different colour, go through, find another card that you like, reference that colour, take the hyperlink and send it to us so we can put it on there for you. And within a day, we got that back. We were really happy with it. It was really quick. And it looked exactly how we wanted, but we just wanted to add one more thing. So it takes you to a web page where you literally click on the picture and you say, yes, I would like this slightly different here. And then literally it saves it and sends it to them. And then again, within 24 hours, we got our final one back that we were really happy with, and we ordered it, and it came within a week. It was really quick. And then we could send them out. So we were really happy. If you haven't looked at your save the dates yet and you're not quite sure, I would suggest Minted. Loads of choice and say really helpful, very efficient. So if you are a bit stuck, they may be one to look at. That's pretty much it for this week. I hope it gave you a couple of hinters and pointers, because it can be stressful, but don't worry because it always works out. Well, I found so far. I'm hoping it does. It seems to have worked out. So if you like what you've seen, don't forget you can like this video and you can subscribe to my channel, leave lots of comments. You can also tweet me at Charlotte's Vlog, and I'm on Facebook as well now, so if you search Charlotte's Vlog on Facebook, I will pop up there. And next week I'm going to be showing you a large wedding fair we went to. It was at the Excel back in April and I took some footage, so I'll just show you around so you can see what it was like. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon.